the stillness beyond death, I wander the Duat's endless corridors alone. Shadows echo my memories, whispering secrets older than the Nile's first breath. They call me a soul unanchored, a witness to divine betrayals. I've walked beside gods and mourned with pharaohs lost to the sand. Before me lies a tale carved into the bones of the cosmos itself. The tale of the 4 sons of Horus, guardians of the sacred remains. They were born of magic and duty, bound to protect what Osiris left behind. Their names are carved into eternity: Imseti, Hapi, Duamutef, and Kebesenuef. Imseti, gentle guardian of the liver, bore the face of a man. He carried compassion like a torch into the hollow night. Hapi, the baboon-headed sentinel, shielded the lungs with laughter and storms. He danced with thunder across Ra's morning skies. Duamutef, jackal-headed, guarded the stomach with a warrior's vow. His howl echoed across the dunes, calling courage from the bones of kings. Kebesenuef, falcon-headed and fierce, protected the intestines with a hunter's grace. He soared beyond death, eyes sharp as obsidian daggers. The brothers were not merely vessels, but guardians of balance and eternal order. Their strength held the Duat's fragile harmony like sinew binds bone. But balance breaks when forgotten, and shadows hunger for neglected legacies. A serpent stirs beneath the sands, drawn by silence and fractured oaths. It was Apep, chaos incarnate, slithering between moments to devour the eternal. He seeks the jars, for their power can unbind the cycle of rebirth. I must warn the suns, though my voice is but a memory's breath. For if Apep succeeds, even Ra's light shall falter in the dawnless void. Beyond the obsidian horizon, I drifted deeper into forgotten currents of memory. The air was thick with silence, like breath held beneath ancient waters. I was drawn toward the first chamber, where the veil between lives thinned. A whisper carried the names of 4 brothers, echoing like a forgotten spell. A low murmur stirred the dust, and the first son appeared before me. He stood as a sentinel, his eyes like twin moons eclipsed by grief. Imseti spoke with the cadence of tomb winds, guarding the liver of kings. His voice trembled with memory, like the Nile's cry in a long drought. Past him, I wandered through a corridor of silence, deeper into memory's marrow. The walls pulsed like veins, alive with stories too old to be told. Then came Hapi, emerging from water as still as death, crocodiles frozen in prayer. His baboon face bore no malice, only the weight of silent judgment. Hapi protected the lungs, breath of life, yet his eyes offered none. He watched me like a mirror, reflecting truths I hadn't dared inhale yet. The air thickened, as if time held its breath for what came next. I followed a path of broken ankhs, leading to the 3rd brother's domain. Duamutef stood among bones, a jackal-headed sentinel draped in sun-stained wrappings. His silence was a dirge, mourning the warriors whose stomachs he vowed to safeguard. He held a jar carved from scarab shell, glinting with trapped morning light. When he raised it, even the dead winds dared not breathe again. I passed through smoke and time, toward the last brother's cloaked dominion. The ground cracked beneath me, whispering secrets only the dead could comprehend. Kebesenuef, falcon-headed and cloaked in shadows, awaited with death's clarity in his gaze. He held the jar of intestines, humanity's hunger bound in sacred clay. The tomb's echo grew louder as I neared the second sacred point. A whisper scratched stone. Kebesenuef's domain was close, wrapped in silence. Kebesenuef, falcon-headed, guardian of the intestines, peered through eternity's veil. His gaze pierced mine like obsidian shards, merciful and merciless at once. He spoke not in words, but in winds that stirred the ashes of time. My soul trembled, drawn toward the jar sealed with sacred spells. With trembling hands, I touched the jar. The chamber vanished into blinding dusk. Memories not mine flooded my mind, battles, farewells, and divine betrayal. I awoke on cold stone, the jar gone, its lesson etched in me. Kebesenuef had weighed my past and left me with burdened clarity. 3 jars remained, and the shadows grew thicker with every sacred footstep. The duat was not a path, but a crucible that reshaped my essence. The third fork led me to Duamutef, jackal-headed, fierce and silent guardian. His realm reeked of fire and grief, cloaked in a heatless red glow. Duamutef did not test with riddles, but demanded memory in rawest form. My sins rose like flame, each recollection a brand on my fading soul. The jackal god raised his hand, and the fire swallowed my regrets whole. I remained, charred but not broken, my soul lighter, yet deeply fractured. Duamutef faded like smoke, and my path reformed beneath my weary feet. Pain lingered, but so did clarity, a cruel teacher with divine patience. The road now trembled with power, each step echoing like thunder in my chest. 2 jars remained, and the heaviest truths still lay ahead, unseen. I crossed the bridge, heartbeat aligned with stars flowing beneath my feet. The duat knew my name now, and whispered it like a forgotten lullaby. The duat trembled as shadows whispered secrets to those who dared listen. My steps echoed between realms as I approached a sealed obsidian gate. With trembling breath, I uttered the names of the 4 brothers aloud. The gate groaned open like a dying beast awakening from millennia of slumber. Beyond the gate, I entered a chamber of judgment, silent and suffocating. 4 stone thrones encircled a pool of memory, each radiating an ancient force. The thrones roared with silence, each spirit weighing my essence like a feather. I felt my memories spill into the pool, drawn by forces older than time. From the crimson throne rose Duamutef, his jackal head cloaked in holy flame. He spoke not in words, but in memories of sacrifice and blood-soaked loyalty. Next came Kebesenuef, falcon-headed and windswept, wrapped in feathers of twilight. His gaze pierced my soul, revealing truths I had buried beneath centuries of ash. From the verdant throne, Happy emerged, baboon-faced and crowned with lotus and vine. His laughter echoed like thunder in rain, shaking the roots of my being. Final came Imseti, human-faced and sorrowful, cloaked in linen and starlight. He touched my heart with silence, revealing the cost of every choice I ever made. The four spirits circled me, their energies weaving a pattern older than the Nile. I was neither judged nor condemned, but reshaped into something beyond name or form. I rose, no longer a mere shade, but a vessel of ancient will. My voice echoed like thunder through the corridors of the Duat's forgotten heart. I walked the star paths carved by gods, where mortals dared not dream tread. The Duat bent beneath my steps, remembering the weight of true purpose. The sons of Horus faded into legend, but I remained, warden of echoes. For every soul that wanders, I am the whisper guiding them homeward. The Duat cracked open, and silence fled like birds from flame. I emerged reborn, carrying echoes of the past like coals in my chest. I stood before the great lake of fire, where the four suns once crossed. Their names whispered through flame, seeking judgment in Osiris's shadowed court. Imseti, the protector of the liver, bore the burden of compassion's flame. He walked with lions, his heart a beacon against chaos incarnate. Happy, guardian of the lungs, swam rivers of breath beneath moonless skies. He exhaled truth through storms, his baboon face turned toward unseen stars. Duamutef, jackal-headed and fierce, guarded the stomach with fire in his veins. He hunted through twilight, chasing what could never be caught. Kebesenuef, hawk-headed sentinel of intestines, soared above the battleground of decay. He sang to carrion winds, his voice a blade of memory. But their unity fractured, shattered by envy, and the Duat began to rot. Each son blamed the other, their sacred bond poisoned by doubt. I followed the echoes of their fall through veils of fire and bone. Every step revealed fractures in the divine design, now bleeding sorrow. Their trials were not in vain, for the gods still watched from the void. Ra's eye turned, illuminating their flaws with divine light and judgment. One by one, they renounced pride, and the Duat began to heal itself. The lake's fire dimmed, replaced by calm waters reflecting forgotten stars. In their sacrifice, I saw my own truth, carved in spectral sand. I had never wandered. I was always walking home through their memory.